Booksies, welcome to today's video. This is going to be a very exciting one because I am going to give you a full tour of my bookshelves. So grab yourself a drink, get cozy, and let's get into it. Alright, so let's start off with an overall view of my bookshelves. These are the Billy bookcases from IKEA. I have two of the large ones and then two of the smaller ones. And I also installed these little spotlights everywhere. This little thing over there used to be a bookend, but I thought it would look cute up on top of the bookshelves. And then I have my Sarah J. Maas prints. We have one for Throne of Glass, one for ACOTAR, and one for Crescent City. Let's start on this side first because this has like all my pretty decor. So up here on the first shelf, I have all of Tahira Mafi's books, all the Shatter Me series, and This Woven Kingdom. I'm really excited for the fourth book to release. And here I have this rose and this disco mushroom. Moving on, this is my Stephanie Garber shelf, as you can see. The Once Upon a Broken Heart and Caraval series are one of my absolutely favorite all-time series. I have read this series twice already, like starting with Caraval and ending with A Curse for True Love. And I'm planning on reading them for a third time. So here I found this little fox. You would have seen it in my video where I was like redoing my bookshelves. And this little crown and a crystal rose. Next we have my Sarah J. Maas shelf. This is actually a sun catcher, but I just thought it would look much cuter right here. Obviously we have Throne of Glass. And then we have ACOTAR and the Surreal, because it's my favorite character ever out of the whole series. And a stack of ACOTAR books, as well as Feyre's dresser. These are actually pins. I thought they would make really cute decor. Then I have this plaque that says House of Wind Library. And behind it, I have the two early editions of ACOTAR that I found when I went to the used bookstore, as well as Crescent City. Down here, I have all of my Colleen Hoover books. Yes, I love Colleen Hoover. If you don't like her, you do you. I love her books. And then we have this little bow candle, this digital camera, a pumpkin because we're celebrating the season, and this cute little disco ball that has a pink bow. And here I just have this, oh my god, there we go. I was hoping I can get through this video without any issues. I guess that's not the case. Anyways, as I was saying, this is a box that my wallet came in. I just thought, you know, look cute. Here I have the entire Addicted series. I actually found this whole series at the used bookstore as well for a really, really good price. And obviously I could not pass up the opportunity. Here I have some Lego flowers that I got for my birthday 2 years ago. And this little cute cowboy boot that is supposed to hold matches. I unfortunately don't have matches. But as you can see, the bottom is made for like lighting the matches. Down here, I have a bunch of thrillers. This is true crime and some dark academia. Oh, this is fantasy, but I don't really have any more space on my fantasy shelf. So for the time being, it's going to stay here. And this is actually a photo album. Oh, by the way, I burn autumnal candles all year long. So this is a photo album. I do this thing where like I print out pictures every month. This is Ava the avocado. I crocheted her last summer. And then on the bottom, I have a little bit of YA thrillers, as well as fiction, some other thrillers. This is also YA. And then my Lisa Jewell collection. She's one of my favorite thriller / mystery authors. Here I have this cute little mug that says, so many books, so little time. I mean, truer words have never been spoken. And I just have like a bunch of highlighters that I got for my birthday from Mrs. Warner. And I have some of my bookmarks. Hold on, let me show you these. These I actually made myself. I designed some of these on Pinterest. Okay, and then I had them laminated. And I have some autumnal ones. And then I went on Pinterest and I found these like mood boards. No, not mood boards. What are they called? Like these bookish aesthetic pictures. And I kind of cropped them and I made them into bookmarks. Here we have one for Akatar, for the Cruel Prince, Throne of Glass, The Court of Silver Flames. This one is also A Court of Silver Flames because it's like my favorite book. And this is for The Daughter of the Pirate King. I have one for Bride. And this one I did not make, but my bestie got it for me from Canada. Next, we have my Boys of Tommen series. I am still missing Taming 7, which I have read on Kindle, as well as, what's the new one called? Releasing 10, I think. I have yet to read that one, but let me show you guys how cool the tabs look on these books. These are my most tabbed books ever. Like, look at how gorgeous and stunning this looks. We have a little red disco cherry. Moving down, this is my special edition of Archer's Voice. And then I have a candle that I got on my birthday that has my name on it, as well as these cute little tulips in a book vase. But let me show you the special edition of Archer's Voice. First of all, it's got sprayed edges, which is always a plus in my book, pun intended. And then if you flip through the pages, you will notice that the author wrote little comments along the margins, which I think is just the coolest thing ever. She basically shared her own thoughts while writing the book. So yeah, this is like a very precious special edition to me. Then here I have some YA fantasy. This is a very fun duology. This one was also really good. I loved book 1 and 2. Book 3, not so much. The Cruel Prince, obviously. And then I have this edition that has illustrations inside. And then these 2 books are a spin-off of the series. To be honest, they were not my favorite. And then we have One Dark Window and 2 Twisted Crowns. Down here, usually in my old bookshelves, I had more space, so these were displayed because they have, let me show you. The way the photographer did this art is that if you place both books next to each other, you get the full face of the main character. So before I used to have it displayed this way, but since I don't have as much space right now, they are just sitting like this, but oh well. And then we have Divine Rivals, and what was the other one called? Ruthless Vows. And I actually added these little gold corners just to elevate the book. And here we have my autumnal candle from IKEA. This is a really, really cool typewriter. I got it for my birthday with a bunch of flowers. And if you open it up, it plays music. It's just one of those unnecessary but also necessary decor pieces. And underneath that shelf, I have my stocking Jack the Ripper series. It's like historical YA fiction. And then I have, oh wait, those are not put in the correct order. How did I miss that? Hold on. Okay, much better. Here we have House of Pain and Blood and City of Mirth and Malice. This one is like fantasy meets Peaky Blinders. Really cool. And then we have The Ever King and The Ever Queen and The Mist Thief. These two are a duology, and this book comes after, but it follows one of the side characters. And oh my goodness, these are not in order either. I must have been so tired when I organized my bookshelves. Hold up. We cannot accept this kind of madness in here. Okay, much better. The Serpent and the Wings of Night and the Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. Love, love, love the series. Love her writing. I'm also planning on reading Daughter of No Worlds. Now, the bottom shelf, a little random, but I have my two pretty editions of Anne of Green Gables. If you didn't know, this is the book that got me into reading when I was like 12. That was like my favorite. Can I speak, please? That was my first like real novel as a kid, and I read it and I never looked back. I have reread this so many times, and I think I want to reread it again soon. Anyways, now let me show you one of the most gorgeous, stunning books you will ever see in your life. Okay, I don't think you're prepared for this. You might recognize this series from the TV show. These are originally German books by a German author. Her name is Mona Kasten. And I found these special edition books in Germany. My mom got them for me for my birthday around 2 years ago. Now, unfortunately, the story itself was not that great. TV show, way better. Nonetheless, I love these editions with all my heart. And as you can see, I also added the gold detailing. Oh my God, one of those fell off. Okay, I need to reattach it. Yeah, so I added the gold detailing. Now this is what the books look like on the outside. And then when you flip them over, ta-da, you have these beautiful sprayed edges. Okay, but you're thinking, Yasmin, there is nothing that special about them. They're just sprayed edges. And to that I say, hold on, my friend, and be prepared to be blown away. Ta-da! Tell me this is not the most beautiful artwork your eyes have ever seen. And you think we're done? Oh, but we're not. There's even art on the back. Like, I'm sorry, what? Look at this. I can't. Excuse me? Yeah. So now you understand why, despite not liking the story, I am obsessed with these editions. Also, could all authors please number their books that are in a series? Because this is so helpful when I want to organize my bookshelves. Like 1, 2, 3, bam. You know what I'm saying? Now we are coming to my more like dark romance, fantasy shelves. First up, we have my beloved, my queen, Trisha Wolfe. This is also, it's not really a special edition, but it's the hardcover of the Darkly Madly duet, but it is a little fancy, so I'll show you that in a minute. It is such a fantastic trilogy. I read it 5 stars and then got an arc of the audio, and the audio is in duet narration. Highly, highly recommend if you're into dark romance. Let me bring this down. Oh my God, I'm standing on my tippy toes. This is what it looks like. Okay. The cool thing about it is that it has both books. What are they called individually? Truly Darkly and Truly Madly or something like that. Anyways, they're both bound in one book. And there is like art in the book as well. It's really, really pretty. Wait, let's find it. And this is how the chapter art looks. Like, I'm sorry, Miss Wolf, you have outdone yourself. This is another book I am planning on rereading. Down here, we have the Never After series by Emily McIntyre. Not every book is a 5-star to me, but the series as a whole is a 5-star series to me. I think my favorite one out of the series has to be Crossed. It was phenomenal. Then we have Haunting and Hunting Adeline. Unpopular opinion, but I'm not really a big fan. I think I gave one 3.5 stars and the other like a 4.5. I mean, it was fun when it came out, but I'm not obsessed. This one is actually a very pretty edition. My friend got me from Waterstones, but unfortunately the book itself was trash. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm not going to show you the art that's inside because I don't really want to get banned from YouTube. That's all I'm going to say on that. I used to have the rest of this series, but I'm sorry. Like, this is the only book I actually enjoyed, and I had to immediately go and sell the rest of the books. They just made me cringe too much. Then we have Still Beating, Beautiful Disaster. I've read this book 3 times. Then we have some Penelope Douglas. Love Birthday Girl. Read that one twice. Hated this book. Absolutely loathed it. If you've read it and you read the scene with the toothbrush, if you know, you know. Okay? Pen Pal. Another unforgettable one. Absolutely fantastic. Heartbreaking. Love it. All the Ugly and Wonderful Things. Not for everyone. I personally loved it. Stay With Me. These books. Okay, except this one. This one was, I don't know. It was like another person wrote this book. I don't even know who these characters are. I don't know what happened to the plot, but book 1, I read it twice. One of my absolute favorite romance books. Book 2 was also good. Not as good as book 1, but book 3, I just like to pretend it didn't exist. And here we have one of my favorite yet underrated fantasy series, To Bleed a Crystal Bloom. I am so grateful I was able to get my hand on these editions, because the new editions they came out with, they are some of the ugliest books I have ever seen in my life. I'll pop a picture right here so you can see what they look like. Now, When the Moon Hatched, considering that this was a masterpiece, in my opinion, I was like, this is an auto-buy author. And auto-buy I did. I was immensely disappointed. I had to DNF. Now, I have a rule, okay? This is my personal rule. Doesn't need to apply to anyone else. But I don't feel it's right to display a book if I have not earned it by reading it. So I think I'm planning on doing an immersive read for the rest of the book and just kind of like suffer through it, get it done with, so I can proudly display it, because it is a beautiful book. And also I kind of scribbled on the inside. I wrote little notes and dates and stuff because I thought it's definitely going to be a favorite of mine. So it's not like I can even go ahead and sell it. So that's that. This shelf is a little random. I have my, what's her name? Trisha Levenseller, The Shadows Between Us and the Darkness Within Us. I don't like this series, I have discovered. I love Daughter of the Pirate King. It's also by her, but this series, not for me. But this is a really pretty special edition that I got for my birthday. It's just so gorgeous, and all the pink. And look at the sprayed edges. I mean, like, come on. Here I have my plated Prisoner series. Absolutely love this series. If you're into adult romantasy, definitely give this one a try. If you like dark romance and adult fantasy, chef's kiss. The only annoying thing is that, look, boop, 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 boop. And what the crap is this? Like, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. I still haven't read the final book though, but I think I'm going to read it on my Kindle because I cannot handle another irregularly sized book. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue is technically my first ever fantasy book. I remember it was a little slow paced, but I absolutely loved it. Again, unpopular opinion, not really a fan. I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. It's just like somewhere in between. It's just there, you know, looks pretty on my shelves. Now on the bottom we have some YA fantasy, Daughter of the Pirate King and Daughter of the Siren Queen. Love this duology by the same author. And then we have The Prison Healer. Oh my god, you guys, this series has my heart. Such a fantastic YA fantasy series. Shadow and Bone, I did not like. I love, what's it called, by Leigh Bardugo. Loved Ninth House and Hellbent, both of them 5 stars. You'll see more on that in my reading wrap up. But yeah, these were not my favorite. I did enjoy Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. I think they both got 5 stars from me. But something about the writing style in this, like, what was it called? The Grisha world is just too heavy, too dense. I remember like 10 pages taking me an hour to read, and yeah, no, enough already. King of Battle and Blood and Queen of Myth and Monsters. This is an adult fantasy. Did not enjoy. The fantasy part was like all over the place in my opinion, and it was just like the spice was not it. Like she had like one recurring scene and just went with it and kept repeating it over and over and over again, left and right, left and right, left. Like, could you give us some plot, some dialogue, something? Now, this is one of my favorite shelves. It might not be for most readers, but I love me some self-help books. I like calling them self-development. Self-help just sounds a little pathetic in my opinion. Anyways, these are my absolute favorites by Dr. Joe Dispenza. I'm gonna make a video soon on self-help books and that whole shebang, okay? Atomic Habits, which I have a bunch of really, really good ones. And then I have The Secret. I went through a phase during COVID where I was like obsessed with a lot of traction, and so I own all of her books. I remember this one really sucked. Really, really sucked. This is from Bestie Mrs. Warner for my birthday. I just love it because it's so true. As an author, I can concur. And then I have books on writing. This one was okay. This one was fantastic. Highly, highly recommend for anyone out there who is planning on starting a writing career or someone who's already a writer. This book really helped. This one was like question mark, like I don't know. So yeah, this is a very nice spiritual book. If you're into spirituality, highly recommend. Moving down, I have my own books, If I Hadn't Been Adam and Underneath the Stars. And this is a little pin that I got. It's for the main characters, Jude and Ellie. And then we have the letter J and a little strawberry vase. Here I just have like romance books. I have some Emily Henry and I have Ashley Poston. This one is hiding behind my strawberry vase because I actually got it for free at the used bookstore because the spine was damaged. Like somebody had ripped off the spine, I'm assuming aggressively. So I just colored it in and there we go. Oh, this is one of my favorite books of all time as well. I know I keep saying that about each and every book that I love, but you know what? My channel, my world, my rules. Oh, here we have a little Anna Wong situation going. Some crystal disco, no, not crystal, some disco ball cherries, and some Lauren Asher. The only book I enjoyed was the second one. Did not like book 1 or book 3. So that's that. Have some Ali Hazelwood. Hated this one. This one was much better. This one was also better. I think those were like a 3.5. Then we have The Sign That Lights Up. Like, I'm sorry, but that is just too adorable. Okay, okay, there we go. Then we have one of my other favorite books ever, Say You Swear. Again, unpopular opinion. Hated this one better than the movies. Hated this one, Icebreaker. Daydream, kind of like suffered through it, but it's whatever. Then we have Kyland. Here we have Mira Sheridan. I love this book. More Than Words, I could have done without. Most of all, you loved Archer's voice. I mean, I don't need to tell you. I already own the special edition, so that should explain it. This is the only book I loved in the series. I tried reading book number 2, had to DNF it immediately. But this is a book I would definitely be interested in rereading. This was like a no. Yeah, just no. Darling Venom, I know it's a lot of people's favorite. I think I gave it like a 4 stars, maybe even 5, just because I recognized it was good writing. I just did not like the plot line, did not like the main character, not the girl, the guy. He was just mean. Like, he was mean throughout the whole book. So yeah, Heartstopper, oh my god, 5 stars, loved it. Unfortunately, when I bought it, the seller only had book 1. She didn't have the rest of them. I definitely need to get the rest of these. Love in Other Words, it was like a 3.5. It was just like, it was okay. Did not like. Magnolia Parks, first time I read it, I gave it like 2 stars. Then I listened to it on audio in German, and I gave it, I think, 4 stars. So I think I'm gonna reread the series at some point. Then we have a little Rainbow Disco Mushroom. Here, there's not much explaining to do. This is my like crystals shelf. And then we have a bunch of YA fantasy. This one is actually not YA. It's like, I think you would call it like magical realism. Then we have books by Erin Craig. Actually, this one, The 13th Child, should be on here with the rest of her books. Need to figure out how I'm going to fit them in. Oh, and here we have a little pumpkin and a pumpkin candle. Shein, IKEA. This is a cute YA fantasy standalone. This is YA dystopian. Love this one. Very Handmaid's Tale coded. To Kill a Kingdom, not my favorite, but it's whatever. Ariadne is the only like Greek mythology book I have. I used to be majorly into like history and Greek mythology and like Roman stuff back in high school, but when I read it as a novel, I was like, yeah, that shit is too depressing for me. Again, one of my favorite series, Kingdom of the Wicked, planning on rereading it as well. Belladonna and Foxglove, did not like. I think they were both like 3 stars or like 3 and 2. Can't really remember. Yeah, no. Just no. Would I read the 3rd book if I was desperate and ran out of reading material? I mean, maybe. I don't know. But for now, I'm not planning on it. These 2 were nice. They're like a retelling of, what's it called? 1001 Nights. But I did not like the love triangle that was going on in there. It just wasn't my vibe. But the story itself was really nice. Then we have Lightlark and Nightbane. I read the 3rd book on my Kindle. Book 1 and 2, phenomenal. Absolutely fantastic. Book number 3, unnecessary, felt like a fever dream, and it's actually the reason I will not continue the series. Moving on, we have Serpent and Dove, Blood and Honey, Gods and Monsters. Book 1 was really good. Book 2 was okay. Book 3 was too thick and unnecessary in my opinion. Again, felt like a fever dream. This is a very cute YA fantasy based off of like Beauty and the Beast. I feel like I would have enjoyed it more had I been younger, but for me now at this age, it just felt a little silly and childish, but it was still like fun, you know. Game of Thrones, I just randomly have the first book because I heard the books are even better, so let me give it a try. It was good. I think I gave it like 4 stars, but the writing was a little dense, so I did not continue with that series. Last but definitely not least, I have a bunch of thrillers. Here I have random ones. This is like a slasher type of thriller. Then this one is like about this mom. I don't know how to describe those kinds of thrillers. Like, you know, Verity? It's very Verity coded. This one, her husband's lover, as well as The Push. Very creepy. If you're a mom, just search up trigger warnings. That's all I'm gonna say. Then we have Ruth Ware. I love this one. The Death of Mrs. Westaway. It was so cozy, very like dark academia vibes. Linwood Barclay. I love his books. Him and Harlan Coben. They write really good thrillers. Sanatorium, that was just a joke in my opinion. Lucy Foley, she writes fun thrillers, but they're a little predictable in my opinion. The Last Thing He Told Me was also like very predictable. Don't like it. Daisy Darker I liked, but without spoiling anything, something happens in this book that really put me off. So yeah, I gave that one 2 stars. Rock, Paper, Scissors, fantastic. The plot twist blew me away. The Maid and the Mystery Guest, I absolutely love. Now, like the mystery part is kind of predictable, but the story and the main character herself are so lovable and charming. Then here we have a little, what are those called? Like a bust. I just thought it would match like the vibes of The Maidens and The Silent Patient. Those are also really good books. Anything by Riley Sager, fantastic, except this one. I hated this one. I don't know, when did this turn into like a book review video? And then here I have some books by Liane Moriarty. I used to have more books by her, but back in the day, I used to lend people books and never get them back. Don't do that anymore. So yeah. All right, Booksies, I have yapped for what seems like an eternity, and I'm not gonna lie, I am really nervous to edit all of this. I might have to cut out a lot of yapping, but we shall see. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know down in the comments what other types of videos you would like to see, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!